More than $14 million was raised at this year's February Long Beach Expo US Coin Signature Auction. Here are some of the highlights. In 1861, Philadelphia engraver and die sinker Robert Lovett was contracted to create the dies for the new Confederate States 1-cent coin. He modeled the dies after a store token that he created in 1860, altering the design to more accurately fit the agricultural theme of the Southern states. After creating the dies though, and minting 12 of these new original coins, it dawned on him that what he was doing might be considered as treason against the Union government, in effect supporting the Confederacy while living north of the Mason-Dixon line. Terrified of being found out, he hid the dies and coins and kept it secret for nearly a decade and a half, until one night, a mixture of ego and alcohol caused him to confess the whole thing to a local bartender. As word spread, coin dealer William Hazeltine bought the remaining coins and dies from Lovett. He then created another 55 restrikes in copper, of which this one is an example of. Graded by PCGS as Proof 62 Brown, it sold at auction for $24,000. In 1968, the San Francisco Mint was being reopened after getting essentially mothballed since 1955, reduced to a glorified assay office during that time. At the same time, it was also taking over the responsibility for the sole production of proof sets from the Philadelphia Mint, while also striking coins for circulation. Amidst this flurry of activity, a small number of proof Roosevelt dime coins were minted without the San Francisco Mint's S mint mark on them. Today, only 41 of these rare no S varieties appear on the census report. Graded here by NGC as Proof 68 Ultra Cameo, this coin was sold at auction for $25,200. And now we have something truly special. Not a coin, but an important numismatic relic from the mid-19th century. Two original wax engraving models on copper plates prepared by US Mint chief engraver James B. Longacre of the Indian Princess Liberty obverse and agricultural reef reverse. These designs were employed on the Indian Princess $3, the Type 2 and 3 gold dollar coins, and the reverse of the Flying Eagle cent as well. These fascinating relics were sold together as a set at auction for $33,600. Following the adoption of the Mint Act of 1792, the US Mint was under pressure to start producing coins for circulation. One of the first pieces to be released in any meaningful way was the 1793 half cent, a single-year type coin with the Liberty cap design facing left on the obverse, a design strongly influenced by the excellent Libertas Americana medal of 1782. The Mint would go on to issue 35,334 of these coins during its first year of full production. This example was graded by PCGS as MS62 Brown and managed to raise $66,000 at auction's end. Presented now is a very rare, high-grade matte-proof rendition of the peace dollar, identified apart from its obvious distinctive finish by the inclusion of several design modifications brought on by George Morgan to differentiate CC's original 1921 design. These include that the top of the E in we is above the letter W, the base of the S in trust is broader, and there are also 4 rays below 1, and the highest of those rays is long, extending far northwest of the letter N. It seems they were still trying to fine-tune the design of the coin for mass production, but this is not strictly classified as a patent coin either. Sadly, the coin was not adequately preserved, and PCGS authenticated the coin, but with a details grade of uncirculated. While at auction, it did see a closing price of $144,000. The 1826 cap-bust half-eagle boasts a relatively small mintage of only 18,069 coins. That number can then be subdivided into two known die varieties, of which the BD1 type, such as the coin that we see demonstrated here, dominates the mintage with an estimated 12 to perhaps 17,000 pieces. Today, only 30 to 35 of those coins remain in existence, with the rest long since having been melted back down or subjected to the indiscriminate ravages of time. This coin from the Bender family collection was graded by PCGS as MS62 and changed hands at auction for $162,000. There has been quite the debate surrounding the 1873 proof $3 gold coin for decades now, chiefly concerning the open and closed 3 varieties of this proof issue. Why does the variety exist at all in a proof issue of this era? How many of either type was minted? In what order were they minted, or was this perhaps even a restrike? Today, it is tacitly agreed, however, that 25 open 3 types and perhaps as many as 8 closed 3 proof coins were in fact minted. This open 3 coin stands with a proof 65 deep cameo designation from PCGS as one of the finest known to achieve $228,000 at auction. The 1893 Morgan silver dollar is a coin that needs little introduction, as this San Francisco Mint rarity holds the distinction of being the rarest regular issue Morgan dollar with a mintage of no more than 100,000 coins, all struck from a single pair of dies. This despite the fact that 10 obverse and 5 reverse dies were in fact prepared and sent to San Francisco for use in that year. With only 66 grading events for mint state coins listed in the combined population report, there are a total of 9 coins known to be finer than this MS64 example from NGC, which at auction sold for $372,000. The 1870 Carson City Double Eagle is known as the rarest Type 2 eagle with a mintage of only 3,789 coins, and this first year of issue coin is also known for being the most difficult Type 2 Double Eagle to obtain in higher grades. But what is less well known is that there are 2 die varieties that are known for this issue. Variety 1A shows the mint mark centered above the right upright of the N in 20, and Variety 1B shows the mint mark centered over the space between the N and the T. This is one of the prior examples graded by PCGS as XF40, falling under the auctioneer's gavel for a closing price of $480,000. The 19th century poet and philosopher Waldo Emerson wrote that to be great is to be misunderstood, and there is no doubt that the 1798/7 half-eagle is indeed a great rarity, and it is also, to be sure, a misunderstood, or, well, perhaps vastly misunderappreciated coin as well. I could easily dedicate an entire video just to this, but for the purposes today, what we see here is the rare 7/6 stars variety for this overdate issue, as opposed to the more obtainable, although still significantly scarce, 9/4 stars of this type, one of only about 24 or so such coins known to exist. This example, graded by PCGS as AU58 and sold at auction for $504,000. One of the most unique pieces, quite literally, as it is the only one of its type known to exist, was this 1855 S-proof Indian Princess $3 gold coin, part of only a small amount of special proof coins minted by the San Francisco branch mint in the year following its first year of operations. These include 1 1855S Liberty seated quarter and 3 1855S proof $half that we are aware of, supposedly preserved within the same family collection for over a century. The collecting public was only alerted to the existence of this coin following its appearance at the 1983 ANA convention, where it was sold for the grand sum of $35,000. Today, graded by PCGS as Proof 64 Cameo, it was sold at auction as a part of the Tom Bender collection for $2,160,000. Subscribe to WNN and consider watching another video about the rare US coins next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.